Welcome to Rearview Diaries. I'm your host, Paul. Today, I had an amazing passenger. Um, there were actually a couple. And the thing that made it so unique was that they, they have been married for 50 plus years. And I asked them, wow. And even at this point, while they were sitting in the backseat of the car, I could see them holding hands and they were just in love, and there were, it was just an amazing couple to watch. So anyway, and they came in, of course, smiling. So when people smile and they have a good energy, it gets me want to talk to them. So we started a conversation, and I was driving them to the airport. And so typically I asked them, "Well, where are you going?" And and then what do you do? And I told them, "Wow, looks like you guys know each other really, really well." Because I wasn't sure they were married yet, but they goes, yes, we're husband and wives, and we've been married for 50 plus years. I go, wow, 50 plus years, and I asked them what was the secret, and obviously they were probably close to 80 years old, and the wife goes, well, the secret is you need to marry your best friend, or your spouse needs to be your best friend, which means that you need to share share things with them and also respect them. You can't just take them as, take them for granted. I go, wow. Then the husband steps in. She goes, and another thing that makes us very unique is that during our 50 plus years of marriage, we were only separated for less than a month. And I said, less than a month for 50 plus years? And he goes, yes, and that comes out to, maybe, literally, less than a day a year. So I asked him, so how did you manage that? And she goes, well, he was a college professor, and also he's a consultant now. And he said every time I go on a business trip or conferences, my wife always comes with me. That's part of the deal. And then only time we were separated, for about a month was when our daughter had a baby, and she had to, she went there a little earlier to help her out, so we had no choice. And I go, so what else is a secret for a lasting relationship? And he goes, well, the most important thing for me, he said, was that I respect her, and also at the same time, you need to know how to give people their space, and also it's it's compromise. Or and he said, well, and then he corrected, it wasn't just compromise, but you kind of have to learn about each other. So, but one important thing, then the wife goes, one important thing that really made it work was that we both like to eat the same type of food in general. So she goes, almost like close to over 90% of what we like to eat overlaps quite well. So every time we go to a restaurant, we're not worried about, oh, can you eat this? Can you not eat this? I go, okay, that makes sense. And then second is, is that, she goes, we're not going to be 100% perfect for every little details, but those that are like 10 or 20%, or things that we don't agree with, we have to agree not to agree with certain things, and respect each other's position. And then she goes, and most importantly, like she comes back and said, he's my best friend. And she goes, and he looks at her, she's my best friend. And it's just been an amazing 50 years together. And he goes, and we look for another many years, years ahead. So anyway, we got to the airport. I dropped them off, and I told them, thank you for riding with me. But the thing that was really, relevant is that it's not just marriage, but I think even in friendships, especially the ones that continues on for many years, I think it's important that for all of us to realize, we have to like similar things. You can't fit a square box, square cube in a round space, right? Unless the round is huge. So you got to kind of make it so that, we understand each other and we talk to each other. And I think that's been one of the most enlightening things that I got from them, is that they certainly have respect for each other. And hopefully, in the future, if I do get married, or actually, even in my friendship, I think it's important that we respect each other, and also at the same time, like the similar things. I mean, so I think that's kind of important. But most importantly, it is so wonderful to see somebody married for 50 plus years and still very happy. And this couple, they were extremely happy. But anyway, thank you for riding along with me on my another journey, and hope to see you in backseat of my car sometime in the future. If you like this video, please, uh, you know, like and also subscribe. Anyway, thank you for watching Rearview Diaries. This episode was 50 plus years of marital bliss. Thank you.